Welcome back to Na Rights, where love is never simple. Rosalina Vallon never imagined that signing a single contract could change her life forever. Just weeks ago, she was struggling to keep her father's small business from collapsing. Bills were piling up and hope was slowly disappearing. Then Adrian Valmont walked into her life. A billionaire, a powerful businessman, a man who offered her something unbelievable, a contract marriage. 1 year of pretending to be his wife. In return, Adrian would solve all of her family's financial problems. It sounded simple. No emotions, no expectations, no love. But things have already started to change. The world now knows Rosalina as Mrs. Valmont. The media is watching her every move, and Adrian's powerful family has begun to question who she really is. But what Rosalina doesn't know yet is that marrying Adrian didn't just bring her into a world of wealth, it brought her into a world of danger. And very soon, she will discover that someone is watching her. Someone who wants to destroy Adrian Valmont by targeting the one person he never expected to care about. Let's continue the story. Chapter 6. Someone is watching. The next few days were strangely quiet. Too quiet. Rosalina tried to continue living normally inside the Valmont mansion, but the conversation she had with Adrian kept repeating in her mind. "They're investigating you." Every time she remembered those words, a small knot formed in her stomach. Still, she refused to live in fear. One afternoon, Rosalina decided to leave the mansion for the first time since the news about the investigation. She needed fresh air, and honestly, she needed a break from the enormous house that still didn't feel like home. Clara helped her arrange a car. "Would you like security to go with you, Mrs. Valmont?" Clara asked politely. Rosalina shook her head. "That won't be necessary." "But Mr. Valmont, Adrian doesn't need to know about every small trip I take." Clara hesitated but eventually nodded. "As you wish." 30 minutes later, Rosalina stepped out of the car in front of a small cafe downtown. It felt nice to be somewhere normal again. No reporters, no mansion staff, just people drinking coffee and talking about their everyday lives. Rosalina ordered tea and sat by the window. For the first time in days, she relaxed. But that feeling didn't last long, because after a few minutes, she noticed something strange. A man sitting at a table across the street. He was wearing dark sunglasses, and he was looking directly at her. Rosalina frowned slightly. Maybe she was imagining things. She turned away and looked at her phone. A few seconds later, curiosity made her glance back outside. The man was still there, still staring. Her heart began to beat a little faster. "Calm down," she told herself. "You're just being paranoid." But when she finished her tea and stood up to leave, the man stood up too. Rosalina's stomach dropped. That wasn't a coincidence. She walked toward the street quickly. The man followed. Her heartbeat sped up. She crossed the street. He crossed too. At this point, Rosalina was certain. He was following her. She turned sharply down another street. Her steps became faster. Behind her, she could hear footsteps. The man was still following. Her mind raced. What do I do? She pulled out her phone and quickly called Adrian. He answered immediately. "Rosalina?" His voice sounded surprised. "I think someone is following me," she whispered. There was a sudden pause. "Where are you?" Rosalina quickly described the street. Adrian's voice became sharp. "Stay where you are." "But I'm coming." The call ended. Rosalina turned another corner and stopped near a small bookstore. The man slowed down when he saw her stop. Now he was only a few steps away. Rosalina forced herself to speak. "Why are you following me?" The man smirked. "Relax, I just wanted to talk." "That's not how normal people start conversations." He laughed. "You're Adrian Valmont's wife." Rosalina crossed her arms. "So? So you're interesting." Before Rosalina could respond, another voice suddenly interrupted. "That's enough." The man's smile disappeared instantly. Rosalina turned. Adrian stood behind them. He looked furious. His usually calm expression was completely gone. The man raised his hand slightly. "Hey, relax." Adrian stepped closer. "If you follow my wife again, you won't like what happens next." The man laughed nervously. "Your wife attracts attention, Valmont." Adrian's voice dropped dangerously low. "Leave." The man hesitated, then finally walked away. Adrian turned to Rosalina. "Are you okay?" Rosalina nodded slowly. "Yes," but her hands were shaking. Adrian noticed immediately. Without thinking, he gently held her shoulders. "You shouldn't have gone out alone." Rosalina frowned. "So now I'm not allowed to leave the house?" "That's not what I said." "That's exactly what it sounds like." Adrian ran a hand through his hair. "You don't understand how dangerous these people can be." Rosalina looked at him seriously. "Then explain it to me." Adrian hesitated, then he sighed. "They're trying to scare you." Rosalina felt a chill. "And if that doesn't work?" Adrian didn't answer. That silence said everything. Rosalina swallowed. "This contract marriage is turning into something much bigger than I expected." Adrian looked at her carefully. "Do you want to leave?" The question surprised her. "Leave?" "We can cancel the contract." Rosalina stared at him. "You'd do that?" "Yes." "Even if it means losing control of your company?" Adrian didn't hesitate. "Yes." Rosalina's heart skipped. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Rosalina shook her head. "No." Adrian looked surprised. "I signed the contract," she said firmly, "and I'm not quitting halfway." Adrian studied her face carefully. "You're stubborn." Rosalina smiled slightly. "I've been told that before." For the first time that day, Adrian smiled too. But neither of them realized something. Across the street, inside a parked car, someone was watching them. And that person had already taken several photos. Photos that would soon create a problem neither of them expected. Rosalina thought someone following her was just a warning. But she doesn't know the truth yet. Someone has already taken pictures. And very soon, those pictures will spread across the media, creating rumors, scandals, and problems that could destroy Adrian's reputation. But the biggest question is this: who is really behind all of this? And what do they want from Adrian Valmont? Find out in the next chapter. This is Na Writes, where love is never simple.